Howdy, once again, we are with Mario Villarino, our Hopkins County AgriLife Extension
Thank you for having me.
agent. Couple of things I want to talk to you about this time. Let's talk about, let's go back to talk about something that we talked about a while back, and you had one of your young interns in.
Right, Jordan VanWinkle, our intern.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Successfully graduated from high school.
Along with your daughter.
That is correct.
But a fantastic young lady. But she has been setting up something at the Hopkins County Jail, or she's been leading that. It's hydroponic gardening.
Yes, and aquaponics. Yeah,
say it again.
Aquaponics.
Aquaponics.
That is the growth of vegetables with fish in a system, and hydroponics is the growth of vegetables with just water instead of soil. Yeah.
So what she's doing is aquaponics.
Both.
Oh, she's doing both.
Yes, it's hydroponics in a tower setting, a vertical farming we call it, and the hydroponics and the aquaponics is actually with tilapia fish. Yes, it's both of them in a greenhouse.
And the Hopkins County Jail inmates are participating.
That's right. It's a partnership with the sheriff department. The labor came with a team that she set up together. She leads the trustees, and actually they put together a greenhouse outside of the extension office. And it's going to be set up for demonstration purposes. People understand what the benefit of doing something like that is. And actually for them to put some hands on to gardening and horticulture.
So they learn from this.
They do. They work and they learn from it by looking at when it's made. So by the time they're done with their time in with the sheriff office, they can take it home and do something with it. Yeah.
So there's two separate?
It's actually one single unit.
Uh-huh.
And at this point they have finished the building part of it. The greenhouse is already set up, the fish tank is already set up, and the different structures are already in place.
How are the fish involved?
Well, the fish are going to be Mozambique tilapia, and it's a fish that we know it can tolerate crowdiness, so they live in small environments.
Tilapia.
Mm-hmm. It's a 360-gallon tank made out of wood in that particular greenhouse, and it's actually enriching the water that is circulating throughout the pipes with the nitrogen produced by the fish. So it's a closed circle. The fish get fed, the waste goes into the line, and the nitrogen gets circulated.
Interesting.
Very interesting.
And what kind of vegetables or products?
Well, you can basically put pretty much any vegetable on it. We're looking into a long-term project with strawberries. So we're going to grow them at the beginning, and then they're going to head out to the male trustee farm later on.
You would transplant them?
Yeah.
Oh,
you
so you start them
right.
inside.
You start them in water, and you produce a lot, so you transfer them to the soil later on.
Are you hoping that this is a money-making?
Not really. It's more like an educational type of situation.
Yeah, but it could be for someone.
But it could be for somebody big enough. The unit is not that big because the grounds are kind of committed to space there.
Right.
It's a very crowded area. But it's one of the new ways that agriculture has been happening in cities. It's called confined environment or controlled environment agriculture.
And you expect this to be an ongoing thing
it's going to be.
Hopkins County Jail?
Yes, it is going to be, because the female trustees do different services for the community and the offices. So they're already coming to the extension office to clean it. So it's going to be part of their role to take care of the farm.
What's your intern's name again?
Jordan VanWinkle.
Jordan VanWinkle.
That is correct.
She's fantastic. So that is ongoing, and we'll be hearing more about that, I think.
Well, it's going to be there for everybody to see. The Civic Center is going to be in display, showing the vegetables and everything.
Be on display at the Civic Center.
It is open. So it's a glass.
As of now, it is.
Yeah, people can see it.
Will it at some point go back to the jail, or?
No, the plan is to have it there as a priming kind of like display for families.
I see.
People can say, you know what, I would like to grow my own vegetables in the winter. We have a very radical changing seasonality.
Sure.
So that's part of the problem that you run into it. It's cold weather, wet weather, and that kind of disappoint people that are gardening if they cannot get it right.
Understood. All right. So that is at the Civic Center.
Sure, it's at the extension office.
But it's involving the jail inmates. Okay.
You will never going to see the trustees at the same time because they come during working hours, work on the farm,
I see.
Block it, and people can see it.
We're almost out of time, but you're having some problems with something called blossom end rot.
Yeah, tomato blossom end rot.
For tomatoes.
That is correct. A couple of reports of meat gardeners having issues with the water not being properly done, and that's something that people need to look at. Our tomatoes are already in place and they're growing. And if they're not careful how to water these tomato plants, they might have some issues with tomato blossom.
Blossom and
rot.
end rot.
So basically, the tomato will, because the calcium is not evenly distributed, the end of it will rot. And that's part of the challenge that they're facing.
What can they do about it?
Add calcium every month.
Calcium?
Or gypsum or calcium. Or irrigate often, evenly. No, that's part of the challenge that you run into it. We have big rains and then drought, big rains and then drought. So the tomato cannot have enough nutrients all the time. So it can be disappointing for somebody who's growing tomatoes and then they look all weird. But it's not a disease and it's not a pest. It's a management issue.
So
Water was not enough.
It's important for there to be consistent moisture.
Exactly. It's not really, all the water one day and then forget about it.
And then it's calcium and
calcium or gypsum
will help.
Will control that
in
a little
dealing
bit.
with it.
Yes. But in reality, it's a watering issue.
Okay. Blossom end rot.
Yeah, tomato blossom.
Okay, well, we've got a lot of tomato.
There's a lot of people growing tomatoes. Yes,
no doubt.
And like I was talking today, it's the king of the garden. For those gardeners who can grow a good tomato and share it with somebody, they're very proud of that.
Oh, yeah, fantastic.
Fantastic, yes.
Absolutely. Mario, thanks for sitting down with us for that second cup of coffee. Mario Villarino is our Hopkins County AgriLife Extension Agent, and I'm John Mark Dempsey. This is KSST.